So you're pretty incredible. We ran into each other at the Mighty Restaurant.
Yeah.
And then the world just keeps collapsing.
Yeah.
All right. Talk about you. You grew up where?
I grew up in South Florida. South Florida native. My father's a Bronx transplant. Came down here from the Bronx. My mom's from Jersey. So I got.
Did the parents meet here, or were they married?
They met here in Miami at a thing called the Skyscrapers Club, which was a club for tall people. My dad's 6'10", my mom's 6'1".
Skyscraper.
You never heard of it, right?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
They don't have it anymore.
Do they have clubs for people under 5'6"?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's above my level of terrain.
Yeah, So they met each other.
Yeah.
And how old were they?
I think they were in their late 20s. My dad was like 29, 30. My mom was like 26.
So they get married.
They have 3 kids. There's 3 of us, and then we got a new marriage and a new son, a new kid from him.
Okay.
With a stepmom, and my mom. So I have 2 moms. Very fortunate to have 2 moms.
So when will your parents get divorced?
My parents got divorced when I was 9.
So, and how tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Did you play basketball?
I played basketball, yeah.
Okay, we'll keep going. Elementary school, where'd you go?
I went to Hunt Elementary.
These are important factors because Aaron, the speaker, because we're going to get to middle school.
I went to Ramblewood and Silver Lakes.
And then high school?
Taravella.
College?
Broward College to play basketball for a year. And then I tore my ACL, and then I was supposed to go to Caldwell University in New Jersey. Stayed home, went to Palm Beach, then FAU, where I got my bachelor's and my master's.
In what?
Communication and media, and a minor in business, psychology, and biology. I was kind of all over the place for a little bit.
Wow. Okay, so you're a comedian?
Yep. Former
what?
Former college professor. I might.
You're never a former. You're always
FIU hired me again in the summer, so I'll be back.
How can you be? Because if you run into a student, they call you professor.
Yes, all the time. I was literally going to a commercial for Orbitz at Los Altos, which is like a Mexican taqueria or whatever.
You're
Grant Miller here.
8th Street. Come on, everybody knows.
Grant Miller here. You've been everywhere.
Right.
My student drives by in an ambulance. Professor. I said,
really?
Yeah. I said, how's it going?
No, wait. They're driving, or
he was driving the ambulance.
That's great.
I have students that are cops. I had a cop walk by.
How long have you been teaching?
I was teaching for almost 4 years, and then I stopped. And the last 2 years, I've been doing entertainment only.
Okay, so you're a comedian.
Yep.
You do commercials.
Yep.
You do voiceovers.
Yep.
You do. They need a MC.
I produce. I MC. I was the resident MC at the Clevelander for a little bit before they closed.
Really?
Yeah.
You get us in? We don't have to wait in line?
No, don't have to wait in line.
I don't think I want to go to Miami South Beach.
Right now is a little busy.
a little busy.
A little busy.
I watch on television. I go, I used to hang out on Miami Beach. It's crazy there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As the mayor of Miami Beach said, I'm not letting my kids hang out here.
No, it's there, but they're having a good time. They're bringing business in. And the one thing I do say is working in our business is that, the bodies here, they're spending money, they're paying taxes,
Right. Seats in the, what's it called? Butts in the seats.
Butts in the seats. So even if it's a little crazy, we had a year where nobody was coming to do business.
All right. So how did you get into comedy?
I got into comedy back. I always loved comedy when I was in school. I was that kid with ADHD, always in trouble. Never.
So Tommy, he thinks he's special.
Yeah, I was just. Jim Carrey was my idols. Richard Pryor. I was always trying to act out Robin Williams. I was always doing physical comedy. Chris Farley. After I stopped playing college basketball, a friend of mine who I played college basketball with.
Were you any good?
I was good, but I didn't have the discipline. I didn't like to lift weights.
What position did you play?
I was a 3-4, and this was the generation before somebody my size was considered a point guard. Right. Now, if I played basketball now, they would say, you're running the point, you got to dribble. But when I played, they said, get in the post, back somebody up. But the people I was backing up were 7 foot 240. Right. I'm 6'6". I'm more of a swing forward.
And how much you weigh?
I'm about 200. But I could have been a little bit. I could be a lot heavier. I could probably hold. My brother is 6'9", 270.
Did he play basketball?
He played basketball. Yeah.
Where'd he play?
He didn't play college. Just played high school.
That old saying. Don't think you get to the next level. Do each level at a time. And thank goodness you got a college.
When you're young, you have no brain. What are you talking about? When you're young, you can't even see past your nose. You just move forward every day thinking, what sugary cereal am I going to have this morning? You're not thinking, I need to lift weights and get to Europe.
Right, exactly. All right. So what was your first comedy gig?
My first comedy gig was in New York with a friend of mine, Joseph Vesey, very good friend,
So you were
writing
in Miami
partner.
and you flew up there?
Yeah, he went to Brooklyn College. His father was Peter Vesey, the famous and Hall of Fame sports writer, sportscaster.
Sports person.
Yep. So he had a comedy show and he was writing comedy. I was doing comedy. And I went up to New York. He had a show with Godfrey, the comedian, and a couple others. It was a charity show. I got up. I did like 2 to 4 minutes.
You were the like what?
Oh, very opening act.
Very
opening act. And this is before people got there. And then
you're practicing with the maintenance people
the day before.
Right.
And then no, that was my first show. And then I came back and I signed up for a whole bunch of comedy classes back in 2009. Around that time, 2009, here in Miami, with Renee Hart with the Improvs.
Right.
She has like those stand-up comedy 101s, stand-up comedy 201, MCing 101. I took all these classes. I spent like $1,200.
It's no difference between MC and comedy. It's all connected.
No, not even close. Very different. Okay. Extremely different. I'll tell you why. As a stand-up comedian, people are like, you better be funny. As an MC, if you're funny, it's a plus.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. So you have two brothers,
one sister.
Right. Okay, gotcha. All right. Did you practice when you were little? Were you funny then as a kid?
I was funny then. I was physically funny. I was that kid who would throw themselves on the floor for a joke. I would eat something off the ground to get a laugh, but I wasn't really like sitting with my notebook like
do you do religious jokes?
I haven't done too many religious. I'm culturally Jewish. I'm not religiously Jewish, but I'm culturally Jewish. But I do some Jewish humor.
Can you knock on the door and tell Michael to come in here? I'm culturally. My parents and grandparents, my great grandparents, my great great grandparents are Jewish.
Okay,
but I'm not.
Yeah, you're not going or
He is. He's the real Jew.
Is he?
Oh, he has all the best Jewish jokes in the world.
I gotta hear them then.
He won't say them. His wife will listen. So when my brother Michael, he's culturally Jewish.
Culturally Jewish, meaning when my parents call me and say Passover is in a week or so, what are you doing? I say I'm throwing away all the bread.
I understand that cultural thing.
Yes.
I used to think it was just a religion, but then I figured out it was a little different.
No, it's a little bit different. Yeah. So I'm on the high holy days.
Coming up.
I'm Jewish.
Okay, there
right.
you are.
There you are.
I still have. That's true. I still have my talit and my yarmulke for my bar mitzvah, my siddur in the bag still in the bag, you know. But I only take that out when I need money from my parents. That's when I
sushi. Remember that. All right. So, what was your first big comedy gig?
First big comedy gig. My first big comedy gig, I guess, would be recently. I would say is my biggest because I'm the MC for the Hard Rock Boat Parade.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for the Hard Rock Boat.
Where do you stand when you're
in the very front with the Grand Marshal? The Grand Marshal the past years was Brett from the rock guy.
Are you on the boat?
I'm on the boat. I'm on the boat with the Grand Marshal. Huey Lewis in the News was the year before when I was there.
So how many years have you done that?
This will be my third year, 3 years.
That's
what Rock With You Entertainment. Rock With You Entertainment is my agency. They book me. So
to me, that's cool as be.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows your voice.
Well, they know my voice. They know my face. They see the boat ride by. They care more about the Grand Marshal than me, but I do.
It doesn't matter. Somebody has to do it.
The cool thing about that show, before we go back to my big comedy breakthrough, would be when I'm on the boat the last couple of years, I tell all the people in the apartment buildings to take out their flashlights on their phone and wave them. And you'll see an entire apartment building.
Wait.
So I'm on the boat, right? You're screaming out to the fans, you having a good time, mate? You know, all this hype stuff. Right. I tell them the second year I did it, I said, I'm going to tell them to take their cell phones out. I've seen it in concerts to put their flashlights on to wave them out the window. You have a whole building just floating like these little glowing fireflies. It looks really cool. But that helped me get my first gig. So Susan Reinstein, who is, I'm probably butchering her last name, she's the VP for the Hard Rock. She books all their talent.
When you say book the talent, you mean shows and stuff like that?
Yeah, book the shows. She runs the theaters. She makes sure the Hard Rock Boat Parade, and she does all this stuff like that. So I was telling Susan, I want to be in the comedy club that you guys opened up at the hotel at the Hard Rock because they opened up back in November.
Oh, they did.
But they closed again because of coronavirus in March. But I told Susan, I was like, Susan, whatever I got to do, walk on broken glass, whatever it is, help me get a spot in the comedy club. It used to be with Renee Hart and the Improv, and it used to be outside, but they moved it inside, and now it's with the Improv. Is great.
I went one time for one of the Wayne brothers.
Yeah.
The other brother showed up, and the sister showed up.
You can't beat that. You're getting your money's worth.
Oh, yeah.
So Susan helped me get an audition. I got an audition. I opened up for Harlan Williams. Harlan Williams is in all those movies, Rocket Man. He was in Half Baked. I opened up for him. And then the following week, I opened up for Carlos Mencia. And then I was supposed to open up for Marlon Wayans, and everything closed in March. So my biggest shows, I think, would be, I would say, at the Hard Rock, because it was something that I had pursued on my own. I had hunted down, I had, kept, persevering and pushing through, and finally got my audition and passed. And so I would say that would be my biggest.
Where do you and your wife?
Yep.
And your dog? What kind of dog?
Miniature Schnauzer. Toto.
What do you and your wife's name is?
Laura.
Laura. Lara.
She's Cuban and German. Laura.
Ah, boy, you are in trouble.
I am in trouble.
How long you been married?
We've been married for about a year now.
Where do you guys live? What part of town?
We live in Shenandoah, Silver Bluff.
The history of Little Havana and Shenandoah, it's just, and the roads, it's so cool.
I love that area. Like that area, I would love to buy a second home in that area, but the housing market's so crazy right now. It's so high. But that area, I think, is gold because you're right off of US 1, you're right by 95, you're right by the Gables, you're right by Little Havana. You're like in this little corner pocket.
95 within minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's great. And we face east. We have a great balcony view. We're on the 13th floor. We see the whole city. We see the bay. We see the Venetian Causeway.
Wow.
Yeah. Luxor is an apartment building right there. Yeah. On 27th. We have a great east view.
Lucky you.
I know. It's nice.
All right. So you do comedy?
Yep. Comedy, college professor.
Let's talk about college. How did you get into that? Where did you teach?
I was at FAU. So I'm the arena host of Florida Atlantic University. I'm hosting all their football games, right? So I'm the guy on the football field in between timeouts, hyping people up. Okay, I'm on my 6th or 7th season. I've been doing it with Andrea Ocampo, who was there before me, who was the Florida Panthers arena host for a little bit. While I'm there getting my bachelor's degree, I'm finishing up. I don't want to continue getting.
You're still in school.
Still in school.
And you're working.
Still working. I'm the 2012. I'm the arena host of the university. I have a radio show called Off the Beak
on campus.
On campus, I host all these shows on campus.
I
don't know, 20s, mid 20s, something like that.
You're a fool.
Yeah. So I have these radio shows. I'm hosting of the football games, and I'm finishing up my bachelor's degree. I'm like, thank God I made it. I wasn't one of those kids who was great at college. It was like pulling teeth to get me through.
Right.
A professor of mine who was a mentor of mine, she was like, you should continue for the graduate program. I was like, not a chance in hell, lady. I'm not doing that. You already got me to read and write enough. I'm done. I'm not doing it more. She goes, well, what if we can get you a scholarship and pay for it? I said, well, free is for me,
Free is for me.
So I'm down for that.
That's a quote. Can we get a round of applause for that?
Yeah. So she says she's going to get me in there. She gets me in there. I write my letter, all this recommendation. I'm already the arena host. The president of the college knows me because I'm introducing him at events.
Right.
I'm hosting events for the basketball team with Doug Collins. I'm all over campus. I'm Mr. FAU. I'm doing commercials for them. I'm everywhere.
Single at the time.
I am single at the time. Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I'm single. I'm having a great time in college.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Single and having a great time in college. Right. Missed those days.
Yeah.
So I go in.
You're very happily married.
Very happily married.
With Toto.
And Toto. Yeah, she's the best. Wouldn't be without her. So she and I'm not with her. I get my degree from FAU. I graduate. The next week I start graduate school, and immediately a part of my scholarship is to teach. So I have to start teaching. I'm a graduate teaching assistant. So I'm teaching media studies. I'm teaching film appreciation. I'm teaching public speaking. I'm teaching nonverbal communication. So my teaching started in graduate school in 2012. So then after I finished teaching in my graduate program, I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to move to New York and live with Joseph because he's doing stand-up comedy.
Oh, your buddy.
I'm leaving. I'm out of here, right? I'm not sticking around. I want to do stand-up. Miami and South Florida is not a place to do stand-up. New York is the place to be. He has a rent controlled apartment. I'm going to live there. It's right in the area.
What's rent control mean?
His parents had it for 30 years, and so they paid the rent back 30 years ago. So as the rent increases, they don't have to pay the rent increase because they have it locked in at a certain rate. It's a New York thing.
That means it's pretty low rent.
Yeah, very low rent.
Yeah.
For what it is now, it was going for like 5,000 or 6,000, but before they had it for much less than that. Then the Florida Panthers call me and they say, hey, when you want to come in for an audition. And I had been hammering them, sending them emails, calling the people, no calls back. I mean, I'm a salesperson, you know, I got to sell myself. I'm hitting them. They call me, come in for an audition a week after I graduate. I go in for an audition. You know, the guys I auditioned with, I crushed them. You know, I go in there and crush. I had been mentored by.
When they bring you in for audition, do you call like a game?
Yeah, they have you call a game. They run a contest. They had us in like bikes on the arena floor. They run all these different scenarios. Like you're going to do an advertisement. You're going to do a hype section. You're going to do this. But I have been trained by Dale McLean, who had mentored me, who's the arena host for for the Miami Heat for the last 11, 12 seasons now.
So you're
so he let me shadow him. I hunted him down, you know. He let me shadow him. I work with his event company. So I was prepared. I get the job. So now I'm like, damn, I can't leave for New York. Then on the weekend, Miami-Dade calls me and they say, hey, we got a recommendation that you're a great public.
Hi, this is Dr. Padrone. We really like you.
Not Dr. Padrone, but one of the chair people from the communication department calls me and says, hey, a teacher quit on Friday. We got a recommendation that you're a great public speaker. You have a lot of experience public speaking. We heard great things about you at FAU and teaching. Would you want to teach? I said, I don't know. I got to think about it. You know, it's not something I really want to do. I want to be an entertainer. I go, when do I start? She goes, Monday. It is Saturday morning. I say, so when do I have to make a decision? She goes, this afternoon.
Okay. I
said, well, what's the deal? She's got full-time position, benefits, and everything. I said, oh, let me call you back. Call my dad. My dad's my manager. He does all my negotiations for me. He does negotiations for a living. I call him. He gives me this weird Jewish euphemism. He goes, you take the bird. He goes, you take the bird in the hand, not the bird in the bush. I'm like, what does that mean? He goes, they're giving you a job now with benefits and all these things. Entertainment's not guaranteed. Take it. I sit on it. Because you could always work.
How long did you sit on it? An hour?
Yeah, like 2-3 hours. I sat. I call her back. I say, okay, I'll come down and meet you. I go down to meet you. I sign the contract that afternoon, start teaching on Monday full time on Monday. So I'm teaching from 7 a.m. to about 3 p.m.
Campus, south or north?
The Inter-American, the Padrone campus on 27th.
Right were you living in Shenandoah?
No. I bought the house because it was so close to the school. So I start teaching. So I'm teaching 7 to 3. The moment 3 o'clock hits, I'm out of there driving to the Panthers arena to host the games until 1 o'clock in the morning. Then coming home, sleeping on my sister's couch, who lives in the Grove, to wake up the next day again at 7 a.m. to teach, to be back out at 3 p.m. to go host another event. I was the host of Bang Energy. I was flying across the country, flying in on a red eye on Sundays.
Why did you fly out?
Bang Energy would hire me. So I was the host of Bang Energy. So like when they go to trade shows, I'm that guy. It's like jump. You know, there you go. Putting your hand. There you go. You got the head. There you go. You got the hand. Yeah. I see those guys out there. So I'm hosting Bang Energy, Red Bull, Wings for Life, and I'm teaching. So it was a lot, but I was teaching full time, 3.5 years there at Miami-Dade. Great experience. I loved it. I love teaching. If everything had to fail and I lost everything, teaching is a performance in itself.
Now, everybody thinks these announcers that announce games make so much. You with the Panthers now? No.
Not
you're a contract. Correct? Yep. You were an employee. You're a contract.
You're a contract. You're a year-to-year contract.
People think these people make so much money. It's like when a couple of years ago when the Heat didn't play. These announcers, they don't get paid.
No, they don't get paid that much money. You know, they don't get paid that much money. But what you do get paid with is clout. You get clout, right? You're like everyone goes, you're the arena host for, or you're the voice of. So you end up getting you don't get a lot of money from the institution, but you get a lot of money from excess work that comes your way.
Correct. If you're an announcer, somebody go, oh, I like your voice. Can we hire you?
Correct. Yeah. So you get a lot of like charities that call you or private events that call you.
But charities call you all the time. They go, can you do this free? Right.
Yeah, they do. And then I say, you know, I can't do it for free, but I can recommend you someone who can do it for free. Right. But you get what you pay for in entertainment. But a lot of times the charities, they do pay money, especially for a professional entertainer, a professional host, because you have the ability to actually make the event better. And the most important thing with charities is raising money.
Right.
You know,
good at that?
I'm good at raising money. I'm good at getting people to take out their wallets and write some checks.
So your dad is a negotiator. What does he do for a living?
He's the union president for the Veterans Hospital. So
In
for the
Miami.
veteran hospital, for the locals nationally.
Oh,
So he's
negotiating a lot all the time.
all the time, all day, every day. Even with me, when I come over, it's a negotiation always.
Okay, so dad lives in
Coral Springs,
and mom lives.
Boca.
Oh, they're close.
Yeah.
You're good. It's all good.
But they're divorced, so they don't really talk to each other that much. Only on graduations.
Happily separated.
They're happily separated.
Okay, public speaking.
Yeah.
You taught that class?
I taught that class. I'll be teaching it again in the summer at FIU.
What campus? South?
I'm going to the main campus.
Public speaking is tough for everybody.
Yeah,
I
it is.
I don't care how good you are. It's tough. And so give me the 5 things.
5 things. Public speaking is math, okay? It's math.
Okay.
People have certain expectations. When you go to a doctor's office and he walks in a tank top and flip-flops and he goes, "I'm here to treat you." You go, "No, you're not. You're going to leave this room." He goes, "Look at my degrees." You say, "But you don't look like a doctor."
Okay.
So public speaking, the first thing you need to understand with public speaking is people expect certain ways of speech for particular environments. You're public speaking in a sports area. They expect a little bit more volume in your voice. They expect more passion, more words like tough. We're going to get it. We can come together. When you're talking at a banquet, you want to be a little bit softer. You want to say things like "we're all here to help," and you want to have a softer voice. So once the first thing, number 1, understanding your environment in public speaking. Number 2, tone, pitch, tempo, and rate. No one likes someone who just talks in a monotone voice the
worst.
whole time. So you really got to work on your inflection, going high, going low, going fast, going slow.
And where did you learn this? Did you learn this on the job or you read this?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both from trial and error of, being a bad public speaker. But then, when you are getting your degree in communication and media studies, you learn a lot about it. And then when you're teaching, you learn a lot because not only are you reading the material, now you have to teach someone how you know it.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3 would be your body, physical appearance. So going back to the doctor example, like your tank top or whatever, what you wear is going to determine how credible you are for that speech. If you're a baseball coach, but you're wearing a football uniform, may not believe for baseball. So physical appearance.
Keep going.
The next thing, microphone etiquette. Knowing how to hold the microphone. Number 1 thing that I think a lot of people struggle with. Either the microphone is too close and they're eating it, or it's too far away.
Exactly.
So you want to get in the middle. Now, public speaking, there's several different ways to hold the microphone. For one, you have an MC. I'm going to hold the mic like this so I don't pop it. You have the mic, you hold it high. That's what an MC does. Oh, they sing, the mic is up here. A sports announcer, a public speaker at an event, you want to hold the mic midway on the mic, so the shaft of the mic, and you want to hold it like you're doing the Pledge of Allegiance. When you see someone report the news, "Hey, Steve Shapiro here," they have the mic right here at your chest. So you're holding it like this. And then for a comedian, you hold it at the very bottom of the microphone because it looks a little bit more relaxed. The MC holds it higher because they want to take that dynamic microphone and they want to capture the sound so it really boosts through the mic. The host wants to hold it here because you want to show your face. The worst thing you could do is have the mic like this while you're...
Tommy, you got that? We got those people all the time. Mic too high.
Mic too high right across their face.
Every time Tommy tells somebody, "Move your mic down," they go, "What do you mean?" Right? Hey, what do you mean? So
now, a lot of times people put the mic in front of their face as a subconscious barrier to protect them from the fear they feel from the crowd. So a lot of times,
you got a pimple or something.
They have a pimple. So then the last thing is the comic holds it at the very end, very loose on the bottom, because comedy, even though it is a trained performance, is usually done what's called extemporaneous speech, which is you have a plan or a map, but you don't have direct lines to read. So a comic usually delivers extemporaneously. So the more they look fluid, the more they make it seem like, they're coming off the top of their head, the more likely the audience goes, "This guy's funny, but he's done that joke 1,000 times."
Okay. Questions.
Yeah.
When I speak,
Yep.
and I have a script, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. If I can't, it's like where I go somewhere. I spoke at the FIU graduation 2 years ago.
Okay.
All these people, the papers.
Podium? No, podium.
Podium. And you got this big wrap thing over you. You got this thing on your head.
Yep. I know those graduations are boring as hell.
Pouring it. And they said, "Where's your script?" "Oh, what do you mean?" Everybody else has. So as soon as I got there, I took my robe off because that's not me. And I was fine. But when I have to do something that I have to read, it's terrible. Why?
Because your brain is trying to do two things that it can't do at once.
We know that.
Right. So because you do the Grant Miller here, you
Right.
got that whole thing down where
Right.
you're good at being able to speak in the moment and you know exactly what you're trying to say. In your mind, you have a map of where you want to go.
That's correct.
But when you're reading off the paper, you're trying to read, also speak, also look at the audience, also think about your tone, tempo, rate, pitch, volume, all these things come into play. And a lot of times it's hard to walk and chew gum at the same time, especially when it comes to reading and speaking. It's definitely a trained skill to be able to read. News anchors have it tough because they're delivering news on a nightly basis, reading off a teleprompter, and they
Doesn't
have
mean
to
they're
be
smart.
Doesn't mean they're smart.
Because now you see some of these people, you go, they just all the dudes reading the teleprompter.
He'll read anything that's on the teleprompter.
Right.
Ron Burgundy.
Oh, that is the best show. All right, make sure we get some applause coming. Ready, Tommy, in a second. All right, we're going to find out who Adam the speaker is. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Your favorite hot dog restaurant? Go.
Favorite hot dog? I would say Nathan's. Just top of my head.
Where?
Good branding.
Where's the Nathan?
No idea, but I saw
No. It's our betters, but we'll get into that.
All right.
Tacos. Where's your favorite taco place?
Taqueria. Taqueria. Hoja. How do you say
Where's
that?
that, Tommy?
That is downtown Miami. It is unbelievable. You got to go there. Grant Miller here. You got to go there.
Okay.
Taco. I'll tell you where it is. We'll go together.
You got it. Okay, ready?
Downtown Miami.
Your wife's birthday. Go.
May 16th. Same birthday as mine.
No way. You're smart.
Easy to remember.
I'm divorced, but I made sure I got married within 2 days of my ex-wife. So our anniversary is. Oh, so I got one flowers that was taken care of.
Smart.
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law? I don't know her birthday.
What's your mother-in-law's name?
No idea.
Your mother-in-law's name?
I'm off the top of my head, I'm blanking.
Okay. Father-in-law.
Father-in-law, Belt. He's German.
Oh, okay. We won't get into that. Father's birthday.
My father's birthday is June 26th.
Mother's.
September
Either mother.
2nd.
Either mother.
May 11th.
Brothers. Sisters.
Sister is July 8th. My other brother is February 11th, and the other one is May 11th.
Any offsprings for that? His kids?
No, none yet.
Not for your brothers or sisters?
None.
Okay.
God, I really got to put these birthdays down in my mind. I don't know what the hell they're born.
New Year's resolution, go.
New Year's resolution is to be better at communicating authentically on the media.
Okay. Your favorite cowboy or cowboy movie?
Cowboy movie, Dallas Buyers Club. Even though it's a cowboy movie,
Tommy, that's a new one.
Dallas Buyers Club, because Matthew McConaughey lost a hell of a lot of weight, and it's a good movie, and I thought he did a good job with acting.
Favorite animal?
Favorite animal, a monkey.
A monkey? Huh?
Yeah. Your
favorite burger place?
Favorite burger place? Five Guys, just because I like it when they wrap it in the tinfoil, but if I had to say a burger place that's local, the Mighty.
They have great burgers.
They have great burgers. Their guava burger is amazing.
Okay. Now, this is a Christmas house.
That's okay.
We're going to sell. All right. Your favorite Hanukkah gift?
Hanukkah gift.
Family.
Cash. The more the merrier.
Okay. Your favorite football team?
UM.
As a kid, who was your superhero?
I would have to say Spawn. Spawn. Remember Spawn?
Yeah.
He was evil but good. It was good. It was a good twist.
Your favorite place to eat fish?
Favorite place to eat fish? Hillstones.
Oh, wow. This guy's good. All right. 2 more questions. Your favorite pizza place?
It's by me, Calzone.
Where is it?
It's the one on 22nd and US 1 right there. What is that?
Oh, yeah. The gas station right behind it.
Yeah, they have
Cazzoli's or something.
Cazzoli's. They have these giant pizzas. Actually, there's another place on South Beach I really like, Laguna something. They got a great pizza. I have no idea what it's called. South Beach.
Where do you eat chicken?
Where do I eat chicken?
Your favorite place to eat chicken?
My favorite place to eat chicken. I'd have to say the Mighty as well. They have great chicken tenders. Love the Mighty's chicken tenders.
The magic of the mix. Why would somebody hire your company?
Somebody hire my company because I go above and beyond for all my comedy shows. Not only do I provide a comedy show, I give people video, marketing, and I collect donations for nonprofits. Like this whole month, we're collecting donations for the Lotus House Women's Shelter. It's Women's International History Month. The last 2 shows, we had 2 giant boxes of bedding, clothes, feminine products, food. You hire my company because not only do I put on a comedy show, I provide you with the media, And I provide these local entertainers with a place to perform. We do stuff for charity, and we make sure the community is able to get a better community one laugh at a time.
Wow. All right, let's look at the camera and let's close this out, Adam. It's all yours.
All right. What's going on, guys? Aaron here. Aaron, the speaker. Nice to meet you guys. Pleasure to be here on the community paper. Make sure you guys follow Grant Minahan to find out where he's going next. I love all those videos, by the way. You and Aaron, you guys crush it. Make sure you guys show up to Miami Stand-Up Comedy. It's my comedy company. You guys can come to the comedy shows every Tuesday. We're going to have a show at the Bagel Club, which is in Miami, coming up. We just got a contract. The Bagel Club, they have a speakeasy in the back.
Where's the Bagel Club?
It's on Northwest 2nd Street, right by where the Spotify headquarters are.
Okay.
Where they're going to be. We're going to have a comedy show in there in April. Follow all my comedy shows. You want to laugh, you want to have a good time. We go above and beyond. We're local, and we're hiring more and more out-of-town talent for our bigger shows as we grow. And I'm Aaron, the speaker. If you ever need me to host one of your events, you can always contact me, but I'm expensive.
That's all right. You got it. Everybody, Grant Miller here with Aaron, the speaker. Everybody.